Hi, Preethi.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming and taking your time today. Can you please let us know about yourself?
Sure. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. I'm Preethi Bhat, working as a host, artist, and dubbing artist since 2006. And for now, full time, I'm dubbing from say 2020, about 4 years. I have dubbed for a lot of movies, advertisements, web series, serials. So going on.
Why did you choose this profession?
I actually did not choose. It happened for me to come here.
Okay.
I have done MCA to become a software engineer, basically. But when I just finished my degree and I got selected to campus selection, but there they said you don't have a day shift opportunity for 1 month. So you'll have to work in night shift for 1 month. After that, you'll be getting day shift. But then my dad told, you don't have to work all night and take care of us. So better stay home. So I had to take that break of 1 month. I was waiting for that period. But by then, one of my brother's friends was into some channel. So he suggested me, why don't you get into channels? Oh, just that thought popped my head and I asked my dad, can I get in? He said, give a try. Just then, Udaya TV had launched YouTube. So I went there for an interview. I got through it. Very next day, I had training. And evening after the training, I come back home and I get a call from Udaya TV. They say, you're good to go on air. From tomorrow, you're on air.
Oh, wow.
So Thursday was the interview, Friday was the training, and Saturday onwards, I was on air.
That is too short to even believe what has happened. Okay.
It was too short. But when I had to go through the training, they said 2 months there is training period. After that, we'll get you on air. I said, okay, but just for 1 day, they said you're good to go. So it was just a 2-day period where the whole thing changed my destiny. So I wanted to be somewhere in software field. I'm into media now, totally.
Now. Okay, that is total contrast, isn't
totally,
it?
yeah.
How are you enjoying this?
This was my passion since beginning.
Okay.
It's not that everyone would love this field. It might, yeah, that's also there, that it looks really colorful from the outside. But only when you enter, you see how many ups and downs you have to go through. But managing that should be also your cup of tea.
Yeah. When you say you are a host, you are a voiceover artist and an actor, right? What are the challenges that you face in all three areas?
Yeah, when I started off as a host, first of all, I had not thought I'll get into media. And my training period was just 1 day. So the first day when I was on air, I had a partner with me. They did not send me just alone. So I had a partner with me to host. So that was very helpful for me initially. And since that was a live show, it was so challenging that we are supposed to talk to the callers, respond to them. And in the meantime, we have the sound engineers talking to us, saying, you have to cut the call now, or we are making the song ready. You push the call for another 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay.
So go on with some questions. So we had to listen to both, listen to the caller, respond to them, and also listen to the engineer, and not directly respond to them, but also take the instructions what they're saying
and act on it. That is
yes, that was very challenging since it was a live show. If it was recording, we can take some time, prepare, and then do it. So from there onwards, I started kind of facing challenges, but luckily, I did not feel any of them so tough for me that I had to quit the job and run away. I could manage. I could manage. So day by day, I got so much used to it, and so better that till today, from 2006, I'm still running in media in a better way.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, is there a moment that you felt, why this? I should have gone back to my MCA, simply sat in an AC room and, do some coding.
No, media has been nice to me.
Oh, that's I think 1 in million who was telling this, right? So that is amazing to hear. How will you define the opportunities around for a voiceover artist?
Opportunities now. After this COVID, before it was just Kannada straight cinemas and the Kannada straight serials, and most of them were not for dubbing. Kannada straight serials, after the shooting, it was directly telecasted. Now, but not all of them. A few of them were directly telecasted. Only a few of them were coming for dubbing. And Kannada only straight movies. How many numbers would you get? Right. Now, after COVID, what happened is other language movies also came into Kannada, right? Not just movies, serials, web series, all those stuff. So in the process of making pan-India movies also, And since the shootings were stopped during COVID, but the channels had to run.
Right.
So they had to bring other languages to Kannada also. The same thing with other languages too. Same with Tamil, Telugu, Hindi also. They also take Kannada movies to dub. When they had to bring movies, the opportunities just opened up. For dubbing industry, it was a good thing.
Good thing. Before being a voiceover artist, you were a host, right?
I was hosting and acting too.
Acting too, okay. You are a host, you have a big crowd outside, right? Number one, stage fear. There will be situations where people just tell it right on your face that it is not right. What are you talking? This is not the way you have to talk. There have been so many people who will tell it right on the face, and you will have to manage it right at that spot. Has there been any instances like that for you?
Coming with stage fear, like you said, I did not have, because starting from my preschool, I'm a Bharatanatyam dancer actually.
Okay.
So starting from my preschool, I was into dance. So I was dancing a lot on stages. So stage fear did not come into my mind at all. Maybe by the time I had to hear something about stage fear, I was already used to it.
Okay.
While facing the camera for the first time when I joined U2, it's like we'll have around 10 to 15 of them over there, the engineers or the cameraman or makeup artist. So first day it was a bit nervous because 10-15 of them were around. Then the cameraman told me, actually, you're getting scared for just 10-15 of them. Lakhs of people are watching you behind the camera. So you have to talk anyway. After I got into U2, I started doing stage shows as well. People talk on your face. We make sure we don't make a mistake while talking. We are hell prepared before getting on the stage. And especially when these political events, we meet celebrities only over there. And even in our media functions, only celebrities. So there is no chance for us to make a mistake. We will be prepared. Still, being on the stage, you don't know how the other person is reacting. When we have so many of them on the stage, we don't know what they are saying. Or we'll have last minute preparations. Some guest is not coming, so someone else is added. We'll not know details about them. All those has to be in the last minute things. So we'll be prepared, so conscious on the stage. Still, there are some public people who might come in such situations. What we have been taught is we have to just remain calm, settled. Don't react to them. Either be diplomatic or just move on from there. Even if we are at fault, stay calm and move on.
Off stage, it is a skill, and on stage, it's a different skill.
Yeah.
So here, when you're a host, you are supposed to be calm, and when you're an anchor, you're supposed to be calm and just move on, right?
Yes.
But the other side of it is voice artist. You don't have crowd, you don't have people applauding, you don't even know how the reaction is going to be from the other end. How different is it from being a host or an anchor?
You should know what every single person is thinking, what they will say next. So it's more based on the anticipations. So when you ask a question, when they say the answer, we should be already ready with the next question.
Right.
So mentally we'll be running continuously. But when coming to a voice artist portion, we have to exactly do what's on the screen.
Right.
We don't have any other option. It's like they give us now, like, dubbing doesn't happen just like that. Not just one or the other person goes and dubs for a movie or a serial. For every movie or every serial, every advertisement, we'll be called for auditions. Good thing about this is no politics can happen here because they don't know us. So they will send a clip of about 2 to 5 minutes for auditions. And we have to work, we have to seriously put our heart and soul into it, because we need that project.
Correct.
Being a voice artist, you should also be an artist. Without getting into the artist's shoes, you cannot give one single line. You cannot take it at all. It's all about emotions without acting.
Right.
See, if I have to just laugh, ha ha ha, that has no emotions.
Correct.
No feelings.
Right.
But when I'm laughing through heart, when you say a joke, when I would say, so there is a difference when you do something through heart.
Right.
So you will have to be, though not on screen, still you should be in the artist's shoes and think you are playing that character and start dubbing for it. Only then you will get selected or you get those projects. Your performance counts in every single word. A lot of times what happens is, since we dub for Kannada, I dub for Telugu and Hindi as well. When we are dubbing for Kannada, a lot of them, if there are new heroines, they will not know Kannada properly. Giving an example, Nange neenandre tumba ishta. Okay. If she would have said, Nange ನೀವಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ or ನೀವಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ, so there would be some mistake where we'll have to make sure her lip and our words doesn't mismatch. We have to talk how the Kannada language is pronounced, and we should not show that she has made a mistake.
Yeah, that's more important. Even if it is wrong, you cannot show that.
I cannot show that. I cannot exactly see.
When you get inside, it has to be concentration has to be only there. You cannot think about something else, running in your mind. How do you actually handle that? Because it is very, very difficult. You have to strike a balance, right?
Yeah.
If you will be sad, you will be frustrated with something else. But here you have to do a happy, jolly, laughing jokes, dubbing or whatever. How do you actually manage that? It is very difficult, isn't it?
Very difficult. Very difficult. Especially, I live in a joint family, and that's even more tough.
All the more tough, yeah.
So that's even more tough. When I say media was fair to me, it did not disturb me or it did not hurt me anyway as such, but my family did. Management, if there is no management skill in you, it's definitely tough to either manage family life or work life, both.
Right. So when you say that family was an issue and then you came here and then somehow you tried to strike a balance between family and work, so that is why you are still completely in the field. And the biggest problem or the challenge that everybody faces in media is the timing. So it's like, especially when you have a family and when you have a joint family, going in the night, coming in the morning, it's very, very difficult. So how do you actually manage that? Making them understand, it's very difficult, isn't it?
To be honest, I've stopped making people understand.
So when we say voice artist, right? So there has to be certain exercises that you will have to do before going and starting your dubbing. Is there anything that you could tell our audience?
More than the exercises, we would be suggested to give voice rest. Actually, we are not supposed to talk unnecessarily because, like in my schedule, I'm dubbing from 9 to 6 or 9 to 7. So after I go home, I zip.
Oh, is it so?
Not literally. I talk very minimal things. What's really required. I just don't go and sit and tell some story or something. Not so much.
Oh, okay.
So we are suggested to have a voice rest, to have a very clean voice for the next morning.
Okay.
Otherwise, our voice will lose its strength. Just the way, if you're working all day, your body feels tired. Voice also feels the same way. Your throat, and it starts cracking by end of the day. Say after 5 or 6 o'clock, you yourself will start feeling your double voice are coming.
Okay.
So you'll have a crack there. So if we are into dubbing, we have to also make sure. You will not believe, I haven't had ice creams or some pakodas, gobi manchuri for over 3-4 years.
My God!
No cool drinks.
Oh, that is true, is it? No ice cream, no cool drinks and all of that?
You can have, but you know what's the problem? We'll be called for auditions from nowhere, all of a sudden. When they're calling for auditions, if my voice is not good, that project is lost.
Yeah, that is true.
So if I don't want to take the chance, I will better not eat things. Okay. Other thing is, early in the morning with a glass of hot water, 1 spoon of honey, keeps it softer.
Okay.
So it makes your voice feel like you can dub for heroines.
Oh, interesting. Okay, nice.
So initially I went for auditions because I was new to this. I thought, okay, they're doing the auditions because I'm new to this and they want to know my performance.
Okay.
Over a period, I did a couple of movies and still I was being called for auditions.
Okay.
I was like wondering why. Then I got to know they're doing auditions just to see if our voice is matching the artist's face.
Right.
They were doing auditions for that. So we'll have to play for different heroines and we have to change our voices too.
Correct. That is very difficult. Bass and high, it's very difficult to manage, right? In the same day, if you have to shoot for one young heroine, and then the same day post lunch, it's going to be in one
different artist,
then it is very difficult, isn't it?
That's difficult. And more than that, what's difficult is we will change our voice a bit to match the heroine's face. The most difficult part is sustaining it the whole movie.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
Now and then it comes back to our voice. That's a natural thing. So maintaining the tone or the pitch in the level where it matches the heroine, that's a challenging part here.
So there is pitch even when you do voiceover, is it?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Maybe our what our meaning of pitch may be different here than to the singers. I'm not into singing. I have no idea about it.
Okay.
But like I said, depends on the heroine's face. Maybe she now take Sushmita Sen. She has a bass voice. Now come to Rashmika Mandana. She has a very husky, nice, bubbly heroine's voice. So to the bass and to the heroine, that is where we call pitches.
Okay, got it. So more or less, it's a mimicking act, isn't it? So how important is it for you to be an actor when you're a voiceover artist?
If you're not an artist, you cannot be a dubbing artist.
Ah, right. Okay.
If you're not, because if you don't act, you don't get that emotions at all. If you're not getting the emotions, you don't have the projects.
True, right. Can you name a few artists whom you have dubbed for Kannada industry or in?
Sure. In movie Bhishma, I've dubbed for Rashmika Mandana. And of late, if you have seen Sanjay Leela Bhansali's Hira Mandi, which was released in Netflix, I've dubbed for Sonakshi Sinha.
Oh, that's a big name. Okay.
And Adi Purush, I've dubbed for Sita character, Kriti Senon.
Oh,
that's a Ramayana epic. Okay. I've dubbed for Kriti Senon. And Sushmita Sen in Tali, that was a web series. She plays a transgender in that.
Okay.
So that was a very challenging thing for me. I had never dubbed for such a character before. Okay. I dubbed for heroines, or we have policewomen or villains. That's a very easy thing and natural thing which we see in day-to-day life.
And you'll have to be that character. Generally, they'll say, no, any big heroines who come, they'll have to be, they turn themselves into that character when they act a movie. For example, if you see Deepika Padukone also in some, in a coffee show, she had told that, I just changed myself to that particular character for how many ever months or years that particular movie is. Yes. So is it true even for voice artists? Because it is at most necessary, is it?
It is.
So you become the multiple personality, right?
Oh, every day we are multiple personality. Matrix Resurrection I've dubbed for Priyanka Chopra. The English flow itself is different. Than the way we express emotions in Kannada. Their pauses, okay, and the way they put things out. Most of the times it will be like they mean something else and they'll be saying something else. Okay, and coming to acting, again there are hundreds of people around. So there we are totally into director's hands. As they say, we have to do. There it happened to me a few times where I did not get the shots right, and they were like, "Madam, no, please, one more." That was a little embarrassing. Oh my God.
How many takes have you had till now? The highest number of takes in any of the shoots?
In shoots, I've gone up to 4, 5.
Up to 4, 5. That is actually very less.
The thing is, in dubbing, I'm a single take artist.
Oh, okay.
So 4, 5 is a big number to me.
Not according to industry standards, no. One embarrassing moment. Can you quote one embarrassing moment that you're not able to come over till now?
And during my shoot, when I did not get a couple of scenes where I had to put out those emotions, I was playing a villain. I hardly even shout at my son.
Okay.
And raising hands on him is not at all. So me playing a villain is totally different from my nature, actually. So in that, I was like always on calls, talking to someone, kill someone, kidnap someone. Okay. So it was like that. And he was like, "Madam, you should be angry. You cannot talk like you're talking to your child. I will get you an ice cream. It's not that way. You have to be angry and say you're killing someone. You should know what you're doing. You're sending some gundas around." I was like, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir." And I'm taking, and he would be like, "Madam, I want some more anger. I want some more anger." I used to repeatedly hear that. And he was like, "Bidi, nimgiste kopa barodu. That's okay." So that was a little embarrassing because there are so many people around and in front of them we have to hear all that.
Yeah, I know.
If they talk to us personally, that's okay.
It's okay. I know. Preethi, can you please show your voiceover skills here, and from a couple of movies? So any dialogue that you want to actually show it off to the audience.
Okay. I would show, like I said, we dub for different artists and different characters of theirs. So heroine or a villain, and like I mentioned, Sushmita Sen for transgender. I will take one heroine and one transgender character where you can see the voice difference.
Sure.
Otherwise, they might sound similar.
Okay, sure.
Okay. For Bhishma, I had dubbed for Rashmika Mandana. She plays a heroine in that. And for that, the dialogue is, hero says hi, and what work do you do? For that, her replies, oh hi, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಚೈತ್ರ, ವೀಕ್ಡೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ವೀಕೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್. ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸುಷ್ಮಿತಾ ಸೇನ್, ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಜೆಂಡರ್. ನಾನು ಈ ಹುಡುಗಿನ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಬೋಳಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಅಡ್ಡ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇವರ್ಸಿ ಹೆಣಗಳಾಗ್ತಿದ.
Oh my God, what stark difference between that and this. Okay,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Is there any training institute or training courses that anybody wants to do, who would like to do if they want to get into voice?
There are training institutes for all of them, hosting, acting and dubbing also. I haven't attended any.
Okay.
So I don't. Dubbing is more learnt when you're doing it every day, because it's a everyday challenge what we face. Not that everything can be taught in the institute.
Okay.
So, but to get in, at least what's required is you should know proper Kannada and confident enough to talk even when the director is shouting at you, and try to give out the emotions what's required to the screen. I was hosting before when I just started my work in 2006. So I was just hosting then for about 4 to 5 years. I was into only hosting.
Okay.
So I have interviewed a lot of senior most artists also. So when I asked them, how was your experience in the film industry? They had told me one thing which I will never forget till I die. He had told, senior most artists had told me, ಬಣ್ಣದ ಬದುಕು ನೋವಿನ ಬದುಕು, ಕಲೆಗೆ ಸಾವಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಲಾವಿದರಿಗೆ ಬದುಕಿಲ್ಲ.
Okay.
So it is that hard for one to survive in this industry. So your talent and your luck both has to support it.
Is there an opportunity that has just gone in front of your eyes just like that?
A lot.
Because of politics?
A lot.
Which is definitely a part of the industry.
Definitely that. Because of politics, yes, it has. I have lost. There are days where I've sat and cried. But it was never that I want to quit media.
Once your dubbing is done, if you've had a long day, after you've gone home, have you been in the same character and spoken to your family in the same character?
Not really like that. But recently, last week also, when I was dubbing in one channel, I'm dubbing for 2 serials. One is regular Kannada, other one is a mythological serial. So I finished one regular Kannada serial, and when it came to mythology, I was supposed to say, when someone asked me, ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ, I was supposed to say, ಹಾ ನಾನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ನೀವು ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ. That language had to come since it was mythology. I was still in the previous serial. ನಾನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನೀವು ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ. That happens, but I wouldn't carry it till home.
How is the recognition in this industry?
Recognition was very poor initially. Of late, say from about 2 years, we are lucky enough to get our names on the screen in the end credits. For these artists, these voice artists have dubbed. This is happening only from these 2 years.
Okay.
For dubbing artists also, there were awards given before. I don't know why, for some reason it has been totally stopped, and after that even our names were not told out anywhere. Only in the end credits, artist names would come. Whoever would be on screen. Now from 2 years, someone is fought, and luckily we are getting our names also.
Okay. How has media helped you handle your personal relationships?
Rather than media, I would say me earning has helped me handle my relationships. For any women, irrespective of the jobs, whatever they're doing, I would say being independent is much more important. You have to grow up at least.
Right.
It's been the same thing since beginning. Like, women has to be suppressed because they knew women can grow to any heights.
Right.
So they started suppressing from the beginning only. So, but a few mindsets have not changed yet. Women have to be here only to the kitchen, take care of the kids. No,
that's not us.
No. When we are talented enough, when we can go out and prove to the world what we are, then we just do it.
So is there anything that you would want to tell our audience who look up this as their profession?
Look up this to whoever is looking to coming into media. This is, of course, a beautiful place from the outside, but I would say not everyone would be able to survive here unless you're confident enough. But people have to make sure they have different mode of survival too, and have media only as a passion. If you're good here, get going. If you're not good here, you should not get into depression and you don't know where to go. That shouldn't happen. So be prepared for yourself for either good thing, or if it's not happening, not happening.
Having said that, you're coming from a media family, right? So is that helped you survive in the industry?
No. Here, what matters is our talent, our level of performance, and like I said, how we maintain the relationship with the client. Only that matters. At least for me, only that has helped. Yes, my media background from my parents has helped me get in. It's not that I came in directly. My dad spoke to Dia TV people, and they said, yes, get your daughter for the interview. Till that, only my dad has come with me. From there on, it's my own talent and my own hard work. And I've learned a lot from a lot of people. It's not that with one day training, I've survived till here. No, I also get to learn every day.
Right.
I see a lot of people. I understand what I'm supposed to do, what I'm not supposed to do. So learning all those, I'm till here and hope to move on.
That's amazing. So when you took the first interview, right, when you said in 2006, way back in 2000, did you imagine that you will be giving an interview here in the media field?
No, not at all, not at all. We deserve more than what people think. So just live our lives.
That's a punching finish. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. It was definitely, I mean, I learned a lot of things from you, and wishing you all the best from GoMat team, that, you know, you go places and achieve all your goals in the media field. Thank you so much for your time once again.
Thank you so much for having me here. And it was really nice talking to you.
My pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you.